IG.V, they're trying. They're trying, but they just can't find that opening against VP.
Just a tick too slow. In every mark. And wow, Marana is very farmed. She had, I think, what, 16, 17 minute ags into a very quick blink and BKB.
At the same time, Lil completes up an entire Solar Crest. There's so much maneuverability coming out from Virtus Pro.
And the IG cores are also very hesitant about split pushing out lanes, knowing that an Infest Bomb could always await them.
There's still one major problem, which is there for VP. Pushing into the high ground is not the easiest thing in the world, but also keeping the Alchemist from gaining net worth. Yeah. Also quite difficult. If they shut down everyone else, that probably won't matter as much. But the Luna is still sitting at the second highest net worth on the field.
And in July, looking to cut a creep wave, they want to be able to push with his Aegis, and they have no creeps. And if he cuts this wave, that's going to buy them a good few minutes of time. There is that one creep wave that's heading to them, but all they need to do is clear that out. But the last time they pushed, they used a glyph very, very late, so their T3 is still at half HP.
So maybe it is enough to chip it.
Yeah, this one wave has to die for IG.Vitality.
Alchemist is already coming back. TP's very defensively, so he doesn't just get the Acid Spray down straight away, but able to send the Mantra Illusions in. No one. Double Starfall, almost enough to kill off the illusions. Now the creep wave is gone. As you said, there is no secondary wave. So VP, and they keep the attack going just long enough. Keep that back door off. No, they can't.
Not if Angeli's there again. Nice. And a second TP will scare him away.
Hey, he didn't actually have his Firefly this time around, so the creep wave didn't follow or burn. But the top lane was pressured in. That's where the Alchemist continued to find his farm. Now 700 away from having the Octarine.
So that's a good half of the Aegis already wasted by some clever creep cutting. Ooh, it's Infest inside the Marana.
That's a different target, but when she's got Blink and Leap, she's the best one to get to the front lines next to the Centaur.
And that's the same as that was placed last game. And will gain a lot of vision and no signs of a gem yet. And daytime they have to be very, very scared. And Angeli's not there to creep cut this time. Neither are the Alchemist Illusions. So this time, with what, 2 minutes left on the Aegis, looks like it's going to be a huge brawl. This T3 is too low for them to ignore.
Yeah, IG.V is getting ready to fight. The arrow only hits on one of the illusions. With a flame break, they push no one in close. Starts taking that tick damage from the flame break. Watch that count timer on the Aegis. Not too much longer. Acid sprays off cooldown in 2 seconds as well, so here's Starship Concoction. Destroys it out, ends up actually hitting the Marana with the curse and the flame break. No one's dropping down low, but remember, it's as Aegis Femora that will trigger. Rapasha initiates while the Marana is down. They turn on the Eclipse, now disengage from Virtus Pro, trying to run away. The Centaur will of course die. They only lasso onto Ramses. His Infest is off cooldown, he needs a target. That's why no one's coming in close. He'll BKB and take him away. Solo with the disruption, keeping Q out. Paparazzi, a quick Hurricane Pike will dodge the arrow. But Centaur did drop pretty quickly, and that could be even more disastrous for Virtus Pro if IG.V could control and kill the Lifestealer.
And too much burn damage. Their lineup isn't really equipped to siege high ground. Normally, you either want like a really capable siege engine and with the Shadow Demon Illusions, but neither Lifestealer nor Marana are really good targets. Maybe the Centaur, if you were more farmed, you could just send Return Illusions. Actually, you can't do that anymore. So, yeah, they don't have a really good way to siege high ground. Or you have Infinite Sustain with like a Mech Pipe, so you can tank these Alchemist Illusions. But the Alchemist is like almost double the net worth of most people in the game. So it's no easy task, especially with their heroes, to take these illusions down and just not get burned down before you even start the fight. Marana had already lost her Aegis.
As this Alchemist starts to get closer, or they find an opening, it's Weaver. Q, the dust will come, but Lil is on the run away from this fight. As the Alchemist gets 6-slotted, every single person from IG.V, every time they get an Aegis, that's that new power spike. Maybe not so huge when you look at like a Batrider's lasso effect, but getting the vision out from the Night Stalker, the global silence upgrade, having Luna having so much more damage with that Eclipse without having to put herself at risk all the time. Bottom lane, oh, that's a very quick death of burning. No one and Weaver teaming up together and burning too far out. Maybe thought he was still one.
Very easy kill. I wonder what Mirana's going to transition into next. Whether it's going to be like a Dagon EB build is pretty common, but I don't think it's particularly great at dealing with the Alchemist illusions, or perhaps a right-click build with Chrysalis, Butterfly, Maelstrom, one of those.
Would you go that way, or do you almost prefer like Magical Nuke, get rid of those Alch illusions nice and quick, keep your own up? Right now he's actually got the Void Stone on him.
Probably Magical Nuke, I think. I think even if he goes for a right-click build, they'll still lose out in the late game because of all the axe pulling. Alchemist actually going for a Blade Mail.
It works really nicely for this situation.
Yeah, they don't have the best burst. Maybe if they get an arrow on him, they can kill him, but...
he just turns on the Blade Mail. It's like, please fight me. Please Starfall.
I think the thing about the Alchemist too is he's like worried that they might lose the game right now. If they lose the game right now, then he can't save it for an AC, can't save it for a Shiva. So all he needs to do is... ooh, they scan out Ramses. They know he's around there.
There's a smoke gank. Someone's taking their Ancients. They want to stop it. IG.V on the move.
They still know that he's around there. He does have an Infest up, but going up this hill...
They're out of vision of the Invert Ward. Blink Lasso, they catch out the Weaver with Elusive Beam, hold him in position, actually committing the Global Silence, kill off the support Weaver, and instantly transition into a mid-push. IG.V now on the aggressive. 30 minutes in has taken them this long to start beating into a tier 2 tower, but they're very quick when they do it.
And Lil's a significant chunk of their net worth, 10,000.
Can buy back. This is available. But then Ramses. Okay, the question mark is here. Now, do VP actually have enough high ground defense? And Mirana's trying to build into a Lincoln Sphere, so right now it doesn't really have many stats. And with the stuns, Ramses has to rage to start the armlet toggle. This chip is working beautifully for IG.V. If they can bring down the tier 3 tower, Luna becomes so much more powerful. Look for these blades to bounce around. You're going to copy on the Alchemist, or at least you've got him. Pasha jumping into, they push the Alchemist in deep, but with the Eclipse turning on, it's really only the illusions, but now the Glades will start doing their work as well. Fortification's been burnt, the arrow hits the Alchemist, pushing further away, can't armor toggle through it. IG.V, they will be repelled, Burning will die, no one wants to get more kills. However, with the slow one in July, there's that Diffuser Blade charge going to work. IG.V lose 3, and only one of them has buyback, and that is the Alchemist.
And they didn't even get the melee racks. Still sitting at around 30% HP, but surely to be regened up by the next time they go up that hill. And fortunately for IG.Vitality, there is no Roshan respawn. It's about 10 minutes, 10, 15 seconds. So another couple minutes left.
Yep, 1.5. That should do it. Here, quick TP out. Lil's gonna find him. But right now, VP want to attack into the mid lane. If they possibly can do it, or they rotate into the bottom. That tower is very, very low, so Ramsey can do it by himself. But the rest of VP will come. Fortification triggered with the tower at 17 HP. And IG.V, they'll buy back now on the Alchemist. So the tower will fall.
Guess what?
But VP...
20 seconds left on his buyback.
Yeah, they just want to make sure this Rax doesn't get hurt. And he can get a decent amount of the money back anyway through greed.
And now VP will control that secret shop area. They don't have that observer reward that they normally have to the north side of the shop.
So let's actually have a quick look back at this. So this is the Mirana defense. This is no one. Trying to keep everybody out. Hits the sweetest arrow possible. And then the chase is good. Realizing too he can go for that third.
Yeah, they just didn't have much left in the tank after that. So, good few minutes before nighttime is up. IG.Vitality actually have not been making the best use of it. But at the same time, VP's just been pressuring them a lot during the daytime. But have to stay around the Roche pit. We see the ad coming out on Pasha very, very soon. He still does not have a way to get out of the global, so it doesn't seem to be the biggest threat yet. But now with Roshan respawning with fairly high certainty, expect more action to be headed around there.
And that's why IG.V is already on the hunt. But most of Firefly was burnt out by In July, looking for someone in the tree line. The scan goes out from Vert Pro on top of Roshan. Now burning. Sees Roshan. He starts the fight. Hearts is going to push himself into the pit now. There's a lot of vision from Virtus Pro. They already had the Observe Ward watching over the mouth of the entrance to Roshan. And a TP up. The BT just got scouted out. He did it in, like, literally on top of the Radiant Creep Wave, so VP knows they want to slip into Roshan, they can do...
Versus Bat.
Yeah.
Very, very tough.
Very dangerous.
But he's not using the Alchemist Illusions to really push out the lanes. So, despite having a very farmed Alchemist, the lanes are generally in VP's favor.
It's kind of surprised he didn't use it before. Like, you attack the top lane, you then trigger it or push out. Instead, they smoke in the mid, they're behind the Luna. And Paparazzi becomes the bait, and are they actually making a play where Luna pushes the mid and then they turn this into a Rax trade-off? Is that what's actually coming out at the moment?
The creep wave is very, very far away. And they do have it in reserve reward. Doesn't see anyone yet. They could catch out Pasha, though.
And now here's the creep wave.
Do they have
it
another
arrives,
backdoor?
they go in. And look, and they see Solo. They initiate. They've that SD down. They're going to get a buyback. Is available. But the Rax starts to be assaulted. Moonlight should have been triggered. Pasha jump in with a Summer from Luna. She didn't get a BKB off.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Melee Rax is down. IG want to get out of here with as few as possible. The Alchemist, he can't do it. He's perched up. He just can't run. The Eclipse will turn on. The damage with the Glaives is doing some work. 2 down for Virtus Pro without buybacks. But Paparazzi starts TP. They can't get the arrow. No one can't turn. There's a lot of gunk in that system. So Melee Rax claimed by IG.V and they lose the Alchemist without buyback.
Man, IG.V really like that play. Were you watching the China qualifiers? So they beat. That's very similar play. On Dire, they smoked up with the racks down and just smoked straight into their base. A very unexpected play, and Solo took that.
He thought he could defend it. 1 point Shadow Poison, pull the creep wave back, couple of illusions. It would have been enough to stall them.
Yeah, if they got that Luna kill, would have been VP would have been very happy with that. But this is why Rider's such a top pick. Like the simple napalm on the Mirana. Look at her turn. She's like, oh, I can't.
Oh, and then the vision appears. Fraction of a second too late.
The napalm just makes it so much harder for you to turn and cast your spells like that, though. It's such a nuisance. It's kind of like getting mini stunned every time.
Gotta remember that vision range too. That was actually kind of disgusting.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you want to sacrifice your Alchemist life for that. That's the second consecutive fight that he's died, and Ramses will start on Roshan. They don't have the Weaver there for the minus armor, so it's going to go down a bit slower.
Are they anywhere nearby? Like IG.V are a long way out.
They suspect it right now, but I think they're a little bit too far away. Weaver's already closing in, but Roshan's at 25% HP.
They have the smoke for extra movement speed, but it's too late. So the bugs will arrive, the arrow flies up, they understand what's going on, and then instantly Stampede over the hills, they want to get a kill. Pasha missing on the stop, IG.V, they got some distance, Pasha doing some chip damage to Burning, but it's still not enough to find the kill. Everyone is out for IG.V, Courier included.
If you think Firefly's good.
Stampede balance, boys.
Wow, I'm surprised they just didn't lose everyone. That's just not something that you think, oh, Roshan said, oh wait, they're on top of our Ancients.
That's
already.
the force stamps you're talking about. You've got the 2 force stamps plus the Hurricane Pike up and running. And you've got the Aghanim, which has been gifted to the Night Stalker. So now there's the extra vision. The first Ags has been gifted. So with this vision from Q, they can see the stampeding targets running at them.
Super important. I think they would have just lost the silencer immediately on the back of the fight. So who do you give Ags next to?
It's got to be the Lunar upgrade, right? Like you need more damage out of her.
Probably, but you also could use a control out from the Bat Rider.
The double lasso?
Yeah. That could be useful.
Well, for now, IG.V will just take the useful kill of the tier 2 tower on bot. Creep wave's coming in a little bit late, so it may not matter. The mid lane keeps pushing in. VP trying to get some space. It's Lil who's taking care of the top. He's so close to that Aghanim Scepter. 300 gold and he's got it, but IG.V already starting the attack. Okay, he's going to actually sell up so he can get the Aghanim Scepter for this fight. Keep your eyes over on that Weaver. Bottom tier 3 tower still being chipped out. And they look for a target. They find one. Pasha into line. Blinks away. They're going to concoct not keeping the Centaur out. And now with the Blade Mail, they don't want to really fight into this, or do they? Range expanded. BKB down for the Luna. Arrow again will fly astray. And Sakata attacking into the tier 3 tower.
Very dangerous without the BKB on the Luna. And they still have the Aegis on the side of VP, remember. Deciding to cut their wall. They could lose everyone here if they decided to press.
They want to fight from the high ground. They want to fight from a better position. They know the mid lane's going to push in anyway. The arrow goes for a bit of a scout. They see a little bit of the back lines. But will they get more? Ramsey stands on the front lines. Now his rage going to wear off with the Eclipse. They need to come in with the Starfall. It's going to be enough damage. The Glaive bounce around. VP taking too much damage. They need to bail out of here. Ramsey is down. You've brought down the Alchemist too, but you lose Lil in the tree line. And IG.V with a buyback coming out from the Alchemist. He actually TP'd into the creep wave, but not all out home and hosed yet. No one caught. The Aegis Immortal will trigger. His blink tag will be up cooldown as he comes back to life again. Can they control it? The BKB, the leap to Starfall. He needs more speed, he needs more distance. 2 seconds, 1 second, the urn charges on him. He can't blink into the tree lines. Even if the BTs are available for him, he's on the run, wasting the time of VIRTUS Pro. While they chase him, they're not taking racks. TP begins, but the loser beam will cancel it. No one is down. Bites back straight away. Here to defend the bottom lane. That's where the Alchemist is pressuring. The creep wave, however, is not inside the base, so the backdoor regeneration is stopping IG.V from taking the objective they want dearly.
And only 25 seconds left on the lifesteal respawn. This might not be enough for IG.Vitality to seal the deal.
They may just try and force a global silence off cooldown in 20 seconds time. They'll have that, but the smoke is over on Solo as well as Pasha. They want the opening. Fortification buys more time. No one. Blink into Starfall, leap straight back out again, try and slow down the creep wave, but now the Glaives, they really start having a big effect. Pasha just managed to get the stomp off, the BKB protection, and Luna, the TP away, gets what he wants, away with murder. Burning will die, but it's an acceptable casualty. The arrow, wow, dodging at the last second. Extra TP completion, IG.V get out. Burning, your only sacrifice.
Oh, that was what a pleasure to watch IG.Vitality push high ground like that, and the BKB dodge from the Luna, all eyes on the melee Rex, and short step a little bit away just so she could TP out safely, making great use of that BKB. And they had such a small window to do that, and it's very similar to how VP pushed high ground and Alchemist bought back with 20 seconds left on his respawn timer, and maybe they should have done the same. Actually, they didn't have it in Lifestealer, but it was still just a tiny window for them to work with.
IG.V, they're playing some of the smartest Dota we've seen of them this entire Boston Major. Finally, the Alchemist is going to 6-slot himself out, so while he might think about a Moonshot, he ends up selling off the Blade Mail, picks up the Shiva's Guard instead. Already gave one Aghanim Scepter over, so one for me, one for you.
And maybe the Batrider isn't the best idea because of the time lapse. He used a time lapse on the last target last fight. It didn't end up saving the Lifestealer, but it was still
VP's
nice
coming.
touch.
Only the Alchemist Illusions they run through. Oh no! No one initiated on the Alchemist Illusion. The one that went backwards. It didn't break anything, but it was the Moonlight Shadows, so they can't really know it like you do with smoke.
Yeah, and IG.Vitality, they just need to weather the storm during the daytime, or just wait for Night Stalker ult to be up. It's so hard for VP to take a fight. It's very hard to jump the Silencer. It's very hard to jump the Luna before she pops her BKB.
And she's going to complete a Skadi pretty soon as well, so then she's going to have even more sustain.
Yep. Yeah, she is. And Lifestealer, this is about the time where you don't really feel as effective as a Lifestealer just because everyone else has their items and scales so much better. Luna has +6 Glaives, and what does Lifestealer have? Just a little bit of lifesteal from the feast. That's percentage based, but in terms of straight scaling, not that much, especially when he's forced to go much more defensive with AC. No Basher, no Abyssal, no MKB.
So IG.V, the ones in control, but well, we already felt like we had that position before. This is a very different scenario, however.
This is much safer for them because they have so much more wiggle room. They have much more wiggle room because they have a lot more farm, and also they don't have the amp damage to instantly kill people. The Weaver takes a lot more time to ramp up with the Swarm and double hit from Sakuchi. Like, all these take a lot more time, and he just doesn't have the right click damage.
Didn't even see a little bit really that effective. I thought with the Aghanim Scepter it was IG.V who were going to be denied the kill, but never even felt the influence of that Ags in the last fight.
Yeah, it briefly broke the lasso, but it suffers in the fact that what if everyone on your team is taking damage? What if Luna is just cleaving everyone down? What if everyone's getting hit by Eclipse with no creeps around? She can only do so much. And if you do that, you can't actually time-lapse yourself, so you can't really go in as deep as you want to. The cooldown's very low, but not low enough to use it twice in that short of a span.
IG.V is coming once more. Top lane's pushing out for them. It's not as far out as they would like.
It's nighttime though. This is where they just need to. It's very easy for VP to make a mistake, and it's very hard for IG.Vitality to be caught off guard now. And then they can just wait it out until the Roche spawn if they really want to feel safe. But in the meantime, if they don't, they can just try and pressure with this superior vision and the gem up on the Night Stalker.
They can wait 60, actually 50 gold now. In fact, now no gold, because Succubus found a bounty rune. The secondary act is on its way. And we'll see who he chooses. Is it going to be the control of the Bat Rider? Is it the increase of the magical damage of the Luna, not to mention the increase of stats that come along with it?
I think the Luna. That Eclipse is ridiculous. Although, maybe you don't want to all in on it because of the Centaur ultimate. He can just use it to somewhat counter the Eclipse.
Angela is hugging. He wants it.
Yeah.
Him. It's the Bat Rider. So the Bat Rider is now just over 1900 in his life with the Ether Lens and the double lasso. VP could find both of their cores taken out by this, and that's what IG.V are looking for.
And how do VP fend off this? First, they're trying to set up with an observer ward right outside their base. That's how oppressive the one right next to their T3 tower. That's how oppressive the Night Stalker vision is. Like you just can't see anything.
But that's going to go down the second Night Stalker gets in close. VP saw the TP of the Alchemist again. It's been happening a lot from Sakata. He just keeps jumping back into the lane in perfect vision. And VP come out, they look for a fight. They think there's an opportunity where the fight will be 4v5.
And no PKB on the Bat Rider, so maybe he can be bursted down by the Mirana. I think that's a hero that you actually want to kill very early on in the fight, or else Napalm and the Flame Break is just very difficult to maneuver around in the fights.
But without counter push, no one's been having to be expending his double Starfall just to get rid of a creep wave.
Yep.
And even that's not effective enough.
Let's see if Angela can get a jump over here.
He was hoping for one.
Yeah, they need to deward that observer ward. I don't think that Night Stalker has caught glimpse of it. He hasn't been in gem range just yet.
Yeah, it's too far away. A little bit deceptive, where his night vision is actually bigger than the true side of the gem.
And Burning dropping some vision on the right side just in case VP wrap around. But with a Night Stalker vision and no smoke, it should be very clear as to where they are.
It's chip time. If VP can defend this, maybe they have a chance. Roshan's a minute away, but they'll need to win this fight pretty convincingly in order to do such a thing. And they're still having the issue of the other lane's bottom and spin pushing in. Alchemist takes a lot of damage with the stuns. Global silence being used to allow Alchemist to retreat away. Not to mention SD Illusion's actually working really well at copying the Luna. Fighting against it. Now the lasso is out, but quickly again. Lil on the money. Able to get that time-lapse out thanks to the Aghanim Scepter. Useful for his allies. And IG.V will back out. They're playing safe.
They cannot underestimate the Soulcatcher. The Soulcatcher almost killed Alchemist. 50% more damage from this heavy of a burst from Mirana can just drop you. And it's not like he has BKB. It's not like any of his teammates have Glimmer Capes. So if he takes burst, he's just going to straight up die.
Very problematic. IG.V, they know what's at stake. There's no reason to risk the fight. They back out. They wait for the next Roshan, which now will be spawned up, so they can grab the Aegis Immortal. Let's give them a little bit more of a license to push, and a little bit more of a safety net with potentially the Luna. Is where your eyes can go for this. Maybe Burning. He's taking a hell of a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure he's good to. I think the cores are actually just too farmed.
Luna would have to drop a Mana Star in order to pick it up herself.
Yeah, she dropped the Pike. It's been pretty important for her.
Q will take the cheese. Or maybe they just wait for her to die. Burning is now the carrier of the Hurricane Pike.
And now they have to fend off one heavy lane seed from these two farm heroes, as well as Manta Illusions on both of the side lanes. Shadow Demon is actually pretty good against this. He can disrupt the Manta Illusions and have pretty strong ones himself, but their base is just in shambles right now.
It's like Sakata's actually building a different item. I think that's actually... Is he going for a heart? Normally you think maybe he's just going to go for another Aghanim Scepter with another 5k gold sitting in his bank account.
It could be an Abyssal.
But he's only... Yeah, that would work.
It's more likely to be an Abyssal, because... Or else you'd buy... Yeah, I think it's Abyssal.
We're going off the Vit booster, which is on the Dark Courier. That's what we're looking at the moment.
I don't think you want to get
on
hard versus the Lifestealer.
It's a straight Abyssal Blade.
So, this way, they can keep the Lifestealer off of the Luna. Now that he has MKB, the Luna has to be slightly worried about getting bursted down. Not too worried though.
Luna's got to start worrying about being copied all the time. Her illusions are doing more work right now, and here it is again. Solo blinks in with a Battle Rider. The lasso, we caught two, combining over the global silence. Time-lapse can only save one. And well, Pasha was not that one, but burning the damage output again is the SD illusion. They go back in again for the fight, maybe with the Rage Lifestealer and the Eclipse damage. He tanks through most of it. Pasha back in after the buyback, gets it done over on the Luna, and IG.V are in retreat. They force off out. Zakata, is there enough damage? He only triggers the Lincoln Sphere with concoction. So IG.V, they lose 3. None of them have buyback. It's no one with a triple kill, but the lanes are in disarray. The mid and the bottom still pushing heavily.
And this is pretty tense. Like, even at the start of the fight, do you see how Shadow Demon just blinked in the middle of them down the hill and disrupted the Luna? Because he knows that if he gets that off, he's just doing so much damage at the fight. And they were able to kill the Luna. They tank the Eclipse very, very easily. The Stampede actually just makes them almost unkillable, so that Lifestealer can just straight run in on the Luna and have 100% uptime on her.
So this 5-man maneuver from IG.V, we've seen it fail, and we know why it fails. What's the game plan? Is it split? Like, obviously you gotta survive this push to start with.
First you force out a Luna buyback. Once you force out a Luna buyback, you try and kill her one more time, which I think can easily be done.
Oh, VP, here they come in. They look at the range rank. Arrow flies in, burning. Don't play a game of catch. Manages to dodge it, but the bottom rack's completely mopped up. VP started this whole shebang about 25 minutes ago, and now they have to get more. 40 seconds until Alchemist is up. Luna still not gonna buy back. IG.V, they're going to accept the casualty of 2 lanes of ranks. Thanks to tier 2 tower up on top lane, VP can't go for much more unless they are thinking about going for tier 4 towers. But no, they take the melee and they're going to retreat. This will balance out the lanes for them.
And I don't really know who has the lead right now. IG.Vitality, they like Alchemist has been capped for quite some time now, and their cores are dying to this very, very farm Lifestealer, and they can still push out the lanes because of the Mirana, and they can tank in the team fight because of the Centaur. So that fight, there was a very good last step from the Batrider, but time lapse gets rid of one.
And the fact you actually had the instant buyback available for Pasha, like VP were ready. They knew what they had to sacrifice to win that fight.
And that was with the help of the Aegis. So I think they actually just need to straight kill the Shadow Demon at the start. Shadow Demon or Last Wing the Weaver would both be pretty good for them. If they can actually keep 2 heroes inside the lasso and burst them down with a BKB Eclipse, I think they can win the fight.
Well, right now they're looking for a kill. 4-man smoke maneuver. The Alchemist, the only one not invited to be involved, but he can BT into the lane. Maybe not so much when you got Mirana and Lifestealer illusions. Just, well, if you can't find an army of real people, send in the copies.
Yeah, now they use Moonlight Shadow, fully expecting a gank, and
is Q walking in? He's got the Gem of Truth sight. Remember, this is nighttime, so Q has the better vision. Sees Lil jumping out. Okay, someone's going to have to get rid of that Observer Ward.
Yeah, no one has a quality at this stage.
Well, there's a jump in. Solo once again gets it. And to get the copies of the Luna, they're bailing out with the Purge over on the Luna. The BKB will protect it from everything they threw at him, but that's the BKB down for Luna. Can IG.V forced to disengage VP with a better start to the team fights?
He has to BKB then. If he doesn't, he might get arrowed and then just die. And that would just put IG.Vitality in too much of a compromising position. But now they have 35 seconds without the BKB up on the Luna, but you just see how vulnerable it is and how crucial it is for the Shadow Demon to jump on the Luna and get the disruption off as soon as possible.
Solo almost feels like the modern day Venomancer. If I get my Nova off, life is great. If I get my disruption off, life is great.
Yeah, it just puts way too much pressure on the side of IG.Vitality to really feel like they're ahead if that's the way the fight starts off.
Alright, IG.V, are you going to try and fight this? The tier 2 tower has already dropped. They're looping in around the side. VP does have all 5 arrows coming down as well as the bugs. Paparazzi able to find the gap between both of them. With the 4 staffs, double 4 staffs, pushing in July 4. Now remember, he doesn't actually have the detection. The Gem of Truth Sight's over the Night Stalker, and that's why Mirana, E-Blade pops into July, losing so much life, but where is this initiation with the global silence? IG.V won it. They had Vista placed on the lifestealer. Armlet is turned off, but now it's VP with the arrow. Find the Alchemist, push him away. He's got his dump, but they're both raged up. They'll try and dodge with the Manastar. Won't be successful, but Saluna, she must do lifting. And the lasso, still not enough work. No one's dropping down low. They make more copies. They can solo with his blink into disruption, making more Lunas. But the front line, where's the damage? Luna's down. The Alchemist still surviving. The Weaver bugs making life difficult. Not to mention Ramsey's still on his tail. A Vista Blade back up cooldown. Buyback is here. Mirana on the front lines with the Acid Spray. Dodging off with the Manastar. Another stun. Finally solos down. Sakata has done it. Maybe he can bring down Ramsey. Yes, he can. A triple kill. Serve it up with cheese. IG.V wants to keep going. Look for the opening. They found another one. It's Mirana leaping away. But with all these deaths, no buyback available for the Centaur. It's there for the lifestealer. Ramses will expend the pennies. They have to defend this top lane.
Oh my god, so Kata played so damn well that fight, just kiting at critical HP throughout the entirety and getting the lifesteal kill at the end. But with no buybacks on the table, Mega Creeps within grasp.
The solo gets more copies. He gets the copies of the Alchemist. In July, hunting. He's got the lasso available. Jumps in. He found his target. It's the ST. The time lapse ends up saving him from the initiation. They have to keep doing more damage. This Rax must fall. Where's the opening? With the stun. Ramses is out. The Glaze is doing work. ST is down. No buyback available. The Rax have fallen. It's not Megas. There's still range Rax left in the mid as well as the bottom. IG.V looking to remove that back, but Alchemist. Ramsey trying to numb him down with the E-Blade pop with the infestation. They find the kill, but Luna still up and fighting. They're focusing on Ramsey with a Glaze bouncing around. Lil waiting on the back line. Buyback is here. Alchemist to the front line. Paparazzi, hold it, take a picture. Will he get it? Lil, solo on life, running out. Q wants to finish him off. Almost found under the tower. He'll bring him down. But the Night Stalker sacrificed himself. Lil has his buyback available. Now it's the Alchemist on the run. Paparazzi needs to make more space, but you've lost the Alchemist into the tree line with a BKB. Is there a TP? There isn't one. No life available. And no buybacks. IG.V with only the Batrider as well as the Silencer alive. They're on the ropes for VP.
And it's not even Megas. That one range Rex on the bottom and 100 seconds on both the heavy cores on IG.VITALITY.
But look at in July. He pushes in through the top lane. He's trying to get VP to look behind him.
He can't mega them himself.
He can't, but maybe there can be some defense. No one jumps in. There's your E-Blade pop. A quick push away. BT's is available. In July, he has to give up the Ghost. He looks down at Lil, who's already knocking on the IG.V well. And they going, yeah, they are. They're going for the GG push. And there it is. IG.V will call it. VP will eliminate the Chinese Vitality from the Boston Major in a 2-0. But cute crops. They put up one hell of a fight, more than anyone would have thought they could do up against VIRTUS Pro, a team many picked to win this whole thing, the whole major.